In order to understand the diesel engine, we must know the structure and operation of the fuel injection pump. Various types of injection pumps are adapted to the diesel engine. In this video, we will introduce you to the structure and operation of the inline 4-cylinder RLD type PE injection pump installed in the medium-sized engines. In the diesel engine, in order to achieve better power output, reduced smoke, better fuel consumption, and low noises in the vehicle, exact fuel injection amount under high pressure at the right time must be delivered into the cylinder. First, let's look at the way that fuel flows. Diesel fuel is drawn out from the fuel tank by the supply pump attached to the injection pump. A water separator is located between the fuel tank and supply pump, and a fuel filter is mounted between the supply pump and the injection pump. As the quantity of fuel delivered by the supply pump is twice or more than the total fuel quantity compressed by all plungers, the excessive fuel with the fuel returned from the injection nozzle gets back to the fuel oil tank. If sufficient oil is not supplied due to a defective supply pump, less fuel is sent because of negative pressure, and this results in lowered engine power output. Now, the fuel compressed in the plunger is transported to the inside of the fuel injection nozzle through the fuel pipe. At this time, if the fuel pressure exceeds the spring force inside the fuel injection nozzle holder, 220 kilograms per square centimeter, the valve is opened so that fuel can be injected into the engine combustion chamber. If the injection hole of the fuel injection nozzle is wider or the internal spring force gets weak, injected particles become bigger and the quantity per stroke is increased, and this causes black exhaust gas. When black exhaust gas occurs, check the engine compression pressure, air cleaner, turbocharger device, and conduct a test in the fuel injection nozzle. Now, let's look at the fuel supply pump. In the supply pump, the tappet is moved by a special cam on the camshaft to operate the push rod and the piston. The reciprocal motion of this piston delivers the fuel oil to the injection pump. When the cam is moving in the direction of the arrow, fuel is simultaneously drawn in through the suction port and discharged to the injection pump. When the cam is moving in the opposite direction, the suction port check valve is closed, the discharge side is open, and fuel is supplied to the supply pump chamber. If the discharge side fuel oil pressure exceeds the specified value, the fuel oil compresses the piston spring in the pump chamber, separating the piston from the push rod and preventing the supply of fuel oil. The priming pump is installed on the supply pump. It is to bleed the air remaining inside the fuel line after